Dear traders, hello to everyone. Now let's do a bit of trading. We've finished with the team. Thank you very much for your feedback. We will continue working with you on our bot. Today we also had a good session during the live broadcast. Thank you for your feedback. Don't forget to join the live streams. We usually trade for about 30 to 40 minutes, sometimes up to an hour. I send notifications in our Telegram channel, so subscribe. All the links will be in the description. I'll show you exactly how we work in detail in this video. Click on Start, select the currency pair Australian dollar/Swiss franc and set the time frame to 1 minute. Select it and wait for the signal, the pair, the line, dollar, Swiss franc. We wait to see what this chart, which contains the forecast, will show us where the graph is expected to go. And we simply copy this forecast. That's how we work. Sometimes there are stressful trading sessions, a nervous $100 up for 3 minutes based on the previous trend. There are also tense days when the chart is supposed to go up, but instead it goes into a correction. For example, here is the future. The chart moves upward, the signal is up, you see, then a correction and then up again. But I don't look any further. Here, in theory, 3 minutes should be enough. And the second signal is a 74% probability for an upward move. This target icon indicates that if there is news, the bot takes this news into account. I see 2 signals for an upward movement. That's the most important thing for me. In this case, that's the first point. And the second point is that I try to watch what's happening on the market right now. If I see an uptrend, in this case a correction, and the uptrend is likely to continue, then I enter the trade, taking that into account as well. I also sometimes take horizontal levels into consideration. For example, a pause in the chart, a horizontal level, 1, 2, 3, a pullback, the 4th touch, and then a breakout happens. I'm expecting a breakout. That's why we entered here for an upward move. These are the days when things get tense for us. For example, sometimes there's a correction, and only after that does the chart go up. But since we're opening trades for 3 minutes, sometimes in those 3 minutes, we don't have enough time to move in the right direction. There are easy days, 4 wins, you take them and leave, then you do a second session, get 4 clean wins and leave again. I try to stream both types of days live to work and show you and give advice. Let's cover the other kinds of days too. Because just as you can have an easy day, you can also have a stressful one. So my experience should be useful to you on both kinds of days. We're monitoring the situation right now. There's a correction happening, 17 minutes left, and growth is expected here. We can also do analysis together, and we can take horizontal volumes into account using other indicators as well. Here's a strong volume, and here was another strong volume. This is the level. In theory, the movement is upward, a correction, then an upward move is expected toward the strong volume. Basically, a small correction happened upward, and now we expect a correction, but not upward anymore, meaning our forecast matches with the strong levels and strong histograms. This is a histogram. So if there is a level for the price to break through it on the chart, it has to hit it, and then it finally breaks through. And if, for example, this used to be a resistance level for the chart, after it is broken, it becomes a support level. Let's take a look here together right now. Well, that's a nice upward movement. Great, 16 seconds left. Let's keep monitoring it. I want to organize a contest for you. Today, I'll probably post it in our Telegram channel. There will be a pinned post. If it's no longer pinned, that means it has reached a certain number of participants. 50 people, $1,500. I'm allocating it. We're taking the profit, $87. Let's switch to another currency pair. Let's see what we have here. Here too, the upward movement has already happened. Let's look for something. Well, we could work with this, but as you can see, there are strong impulses. Up and down. I try not to consider such currency pairs. British pound, Canadian dollar. Let's click on Start and select a currency pair. British pound, Canadian dollar. And we're interested in the M1 time frame. We wait. We get a forecast. Here, as you can see, there's an upward movement. Well, it's already moving. You see the movement is going up. I didn't make it in time here. I hesitated a bit. Let's look for another currency pair. That's how we work. If there's a strong movement up or down, I try not to consider it. I try to avoid strong movements. This news interferes with the trading session. Take the profit. There's a very strong movement in almost every currency pair. At first, things were calmer with the currency pairs. But now some news has come out. Strong movement. Let's go. Euro British pound. Start. Clicking. Euro British pound. And we request a forecast from the bot. Time frame. M1. Currency pair. Euro British pound. What's the response? What will the bot say? The bot gives a signal, and we, roughly speaking, process it. we check whether it's worth entering based on it or not. So we get a signal from the bot. Here the signal is down and then up. Here, on the contrary, it's down. We don't consider it. The main thing is that it shows the future well. Chart movement down or up more confidently. Click on Start, British Pound, Canadian Dollar, time frame M1. And I review every currency pair, every situation like this. Uptrend, correction, I expect the movement to continue upward along the trend. Let's move on. Let's see what we have here. I'm waiting for a response from the bot. We get a response. The future movement of the chart is down, a correction downward, and then growth continues. That is, there will be a slight prolonged correction, and then growth will follow. I open a position for an increase. Even if this prolonged correction is small right now, in any case, the movement will continue upward afterwards. And I'll do a brief analysis so you can take a look. There's something I want to show you. We have 1 touch, 2 touches, 3 touches. Usually the first 3 touches result in a pullback, and on the 4th touch, there is a breakout. The breakout reaches the horizontal level, and then there is a pullback. So if you see a situation like this somewhere where you have, for example, 1 high, 2 highs, 3, 4, you see on the 4th one, there is no breakout. To determine whether there will be a breakout or not, you can ask the bot. The 5th touch is a breakout. Based on the previous touch, there is a strong horizontal level. Then the chart continues in the same direction. It was a downtrend. Trend, correction, then the downtrend continues. You see there is a correction, 2 minutes left. Here the bot did not let us down. This correction is going downward. But let's take a closer look now. If the news that has come out and is out there now starts to affect this currency pair, I will leave it. There has been a lot of news about the euro and the dollar. Incredibly much. And the whole market is in such a commotion. Some currency pairs are subject to this strong movement, this kind of volatility, while others are not. If it suddenly happens that we predicted everything correctly, everything was right, that there would be an upward movement, but it turns out that a correction started instead. Instead of $100, I use insurance of 2.5, and instead of $100, $250. And I take out insurance. That's how I trade. But I don't take out insurance on the same currency pair. I use another currency pair. Because right now, this currency pair is being influenced in this way by the news. Trading will be difficult and nerve-wracking. The upward movement will happen after the correction. That's how it is. We wait for 53 seconds, but just in case, I'll already start looking for another currency pair if we don't manage to close in profit here, one without any strong movements up or down. For example, another currency pair, Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. Let's take a look. There are days like this when trading goes on and the trading session is just this nerve-wracking. You have to take out insurance, hedge your positions. You predicted an upward movement, but it didn't go up. It only went up after a correction. If this happens to you, you can either take a break and not trade at all, or if you already have experience, be more careful and change the currency pair each time. Yes, here I'm locking in a loss. This happens sometimes. You know, when I first started trading, whenever I took a loss, I would get upset and immediately change my trading strategy. You shouldn't do that because today is just one of those days. It's a tough, stressful day, and now I need to find a currency pair where I can take out insurance that will bring us back into profit. Currency pair, Australian dollar, Swiss franc. Time frame, 1 minute. So there's no point in changing your trading strategy unless, of course, you're getting losses like this every day. If you've had 3 profitable days and then 1 tough, stressful day, keep in mind that it's not about your trading strategy. It's just the market. 3 minutes up. I opened for $250. If they go into profit, we'll take $217 net. The $217 will cover the loss from the first $100 trade and still put us in profit. What do we see here? The future movement of the chart is upward. The 70% indicator is also pointing up. So we will see further growth to a higher level. To the point where we opened, there's still some distance to that level. We opened an upward trade following the trend. If the trade goes into profit, we subtract those $217, those $100 that didn't work out, and we end up in profit, these ones right here. That's how it works out for us. 2 minutes left, 2 minutes and 13 seconds remaining. Let's monitor the trade amount. Don't forget to change it every time. And that's how I trade. And that's why, whether it's an easy or a tough trading session, I always try to show and broadcast it to you so you understand what to expect. If you think it's so easy and simple to just come in and make money, sometimes yes, there are days like that, but sometimes there are also stressful days like this. That's why I try to give you advice and tips. When I was just starting out, no one gave me any advice. It was very hard to begin, and I gathered all these tips from blown deposits. On the Binary School website, there is a trader's course, video courses that I collected over 7 years. Check them out. They're not on YouTube, only here. I made an effort. If I broke down a certain topic, for example, someone asked me about vertical market volumes, I covered that topic and recorded a video course. If someone asked about something like divergence, I also covered that course. And so I wouldn't have to record these videos every time. A person can just go in and watch. It's like a knowledge base. There's 1 minute left. You see the movement is going up and a correction is happening. I'm expecting an upward movement for an increase. I understand we did everything right. Everything was done correctly. Even if we look a bit at the chart analysis, we have first pullback, second pullback, third pullback, and the fourth touch. There should be a breakout, you see? But sometimes because of the news, it doesn't happen. It only occurs on the sixth touch. So, according to chart analysis, we understand that there should be growth. According to the BOTS indicators, we also understand that there should be growth. This kind of thing happens sometimes. Let's keep monitoring it. We have 15 seconds left. If it ends up being a loss, of course, it will be unpleasant, but it will still be a lesson for you. You'll see how I handle situations like this. That is, I intentionally leave most of my deposit aside, or I put it in a safe. By the way, if you put money in the safe, you actually earn interest on it. Now here's the next currency pair, Swiss franc, Japanese yen. If this one ends up being a win, then this will be the last currency pair for today because it's been a tense day. A day like this is always nerve-wracking, but in terms of profit, it's pretty good for the trader. That's great, but of course it really takes a toll on your nerves and energy. Swiss franc and Japanese yen. I'll take a second insurance if we get a signal here. I see a signal to go up here, so I'm opening an upward position for $625. The safe is a really great thing. You can put money into the safe and it will be kept here with the broker's safe. Go to the finance section. While your money is there, the broker will pay you interest on it. But it's important to trade, not just deposit money and forget about it. You need to actually trade, to conduct trading activity on the platform. Basically, everything is explained there in simple terms. Look, there was an upward trend. We checked on the bot and there was an upward signal. Now I'll show it to you. Here it is, the upward signal. The first indicator is up, the second indicator is up. 2 signals for an increase. 2 signals in the same direction. We can see this. Let's keep monitoring it. Let's see how this forecast closes. If we analyze it in more detail, we can see all the lows. 1 pullback, 2 pullbacks, 3 pullbacks, 4 pullbacks. The 5th touch is a breakout. The breakout goes up to the first horizontal level. Movement upward, correction. I expect the movement to continue upward. That's it. 59 seconds left. It's the same today as well. Sometimes it happens that we open a trade, there's a sharp pullback, and only then, for example, does the chart move upward. But we use 3 minutes on purpose. Usually 3 minutes is enough for us to close in profit, to work the trade into a profit. Let's monitor it. If this trade closes cleanly, we'll get about $550. We'll need to subtract the $100 that didn't go through and the $250 that didn't go through. So that's $200 to $250 net. That's pure profit. Really clean profit. That happens sometimes too. Usually, if I get caught on a volatile currency pair on the first or second insurance trade, I always try to end up in profit to recover. That's it. So I try to take a maximum of 2 insurance trades, but anything can happen. There are days that are extremely volatile. On those days, it's better not to trade at all. 1 minute left. I'm expecting an upward movement. Upwards. We did everything right according to the chart analysis. And the bot is also telling us that it's set to go up here. And because we change currency pairs every time, always opening new ones, the risk that, again, when trading a currency pair with volatility, the minimum risk is reduced. But we also watch the chart's movement. When there are strong movements either up or down, I try to skip such moments and not trade those currency pairs. 28 seconds left. Right before the upward movement, there was this kind of correction. Let's see now if we manage to close in profit or not. 3 minutes. So it really helps a lot here. It works well because in the first minute or the second, there might be a correction. And on the third minute, we exit. Let's see now how we finish in profit or not. Do you know what happened during the live stream today? I took the profit. Great, look at this. I have exactly $543. But I subtract $350. That's $200 profit. Actually, $193 profit. $197. Do you know what happened on the live stream? I was closed out at a loss literally in 1 second. The chart jerked, but you were closed out in profit. Well, those who were there remember how it happened. That's how it was. I'm changing the trade amount back to $100, and that's it for today. Here's my advice to you. Double check yourself with the bot, or use it to check the forecast and also look for yourself. If the trend is going up, enter a buy position or enter a sell position. If it's going down, or don't enter at all, always have these hints at hand. The movement went upward, just as the bot predicted, just as the bot showed us, an upward move to a higher level. And if it's a nervous, difficult day like this, try to trade as little as possible. There's profit. Today the profit is very big. Earned money for the day, time to rest. Now I'll quickly edit the video and go to sleep. Take care of yourselves. I hope my advice will help you. See you all next time. Goodbye, everyone.